Looks like we have one such stock actually on the radar. ITD Cementation, the company posted a very good set of numbers. The top line has doubled. EBITDA has tripled actually to 66 crores from 21 crores a year ago. S. Ramnath, the CFO of ITD Cementation, joins us on the phone line. Morning, Mr. Ramnath. What went so damn right?
Good morning, Lata. We have been talking about improving our performance. Something has happened dramatic. Yeah. But yes, our top line growth has been good because we have seen good order flows, and our order book is strong and vibrant and with good executable orders. That's the bottom line. Although still there is some room for improving margins, which will happen as we go along this year.
Okay, Mr. Ramnath, there is room for improving margins. That's very good to hear. I was looking at your consolidated figures for the full year. You've done a revenue growth of almost 80% in this year at 3,070 odd crores.
Yes.
I'm sure this run rate is not sustainable because of the base effect. But going forward in the next year, what could a sustainable top line run rate be?
No, actually, in our business, it is based on, our revenues are based on the order book that we have been able to cultivate and build. So we started 15 with an order book of around 4,762 crores. And we have ended December with a growth of about 10% in that. And our order book is 5,204 crores. And importantly, in that 5,200 crores, there are about L1 contracts of about 3,000 crores, which we are expecting to be converted into awards in the first quarter this year. Let's hopefully, Mumbai Metro is one of them and some other projects are there. So we are hoping that we can convert them into awards. So I think therefore order book traction has been very good, and that has been the underlying reason for the growth.
Okay. What were these exceptional losses that you had to suffer?
Yeah, earlier if you remember in your channel I have also explained that we had in March of last year entered into a one-time settlement with NHAI of all our dues on those past road projects, claims and other things. That we wrote off in March of last year, and we have disclosed that in the first quarter financials of 15, which is March 15 for us was the first quarter. So that is the loss, and what remains is about 60 crore out of that as an exceptional item, which will be possibly absorbed this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you did mention that there is scope to improve your margins further. What would that be led by? And from this 6% level, how much do you think you can grow it by over the next couple of years?
No, margins are at 7% compared to about 6.3% last year. So margins have already improved in that sense.
Okay.
But what happens is in our order book, there are still some projects where we have had some execution issues, which we have explained earlier in our annual report also. So some projects which are a bit slow, and we have had some cost overruns and other issues, and they are all getting, I would say, mitigated. All these projects are getting over this year. We have about 10% of that in our order book, which possibly will get exhausted this year, will be completed this year. And going forward this year, you'll see an improvement. I don't want to give guidance on what percentage margins and all that. But given a good top line growth and improvement in margins, and 17 going forward, we are fairly optimistic for the next 2 to 3 years.
Guide the revenue growth then?
Revenue, I would expect, Lata, to be about 15-20% higher than last year.
Okay, so 15-20% revenue growth. Just before we let you go, you did mention that your order book currently stands at 5,200 crores. What kind of visibility do you have in orders over the next 6 to 12 months? If you can give us more details on the exact orders and how much the growth in order book could look like over the next 1 year?
See, we have, in our industry, we make certain projections and internal estimates of order flows based on the tenders that we bid for. First and foremost, there is competition, so you may or may not win a tender. That is one part. The other part is, although we are selective in all these projects, you have some people who come and bid, and in a competitive atmosphere, you may end up losing some of them. That is one part. The other part is that the timing of the order flow. Like, for example, we were expecting some of these L1 contracts to be awarded in the last quarter of last year. Our order book should have been higher than what it was last year. Okay. But I think, unfortunately, they are getting delayed.
Okay.
So some of those contracts, you know yourself, I don't want to mention them.
Okay, Mr.
So these projects
Ramnath,
are getting delayed,
yeah,
that's why.
I take your point. It's a touch and go issue, and therefore you don't want to guide. But can you just leave us with an idea whether the total amount of orders in the system are improving? I mean, you touch base with practically all the infra guys, DMRC, Kolkata Metro, Mumbai Metro, Mazagon Dock, Garden Reach, Airport Authority. Has the public sector, or for that matter, has infrastructure started giving orders?
Yeah, that's a very good question. See, we are a little bit different from some of the other contracts in the sense that in certain segments where we have a leadership position, like maritime or marine port projects and specialist works and some of the MRT projects that we are executing, where we have a good share of work coming into us. So that has been one of the reasons for our robust order growth. And the next 2 to 3 years, I expect marine projects to continue to grow. And that is one of the reasons we have been able to. That doesn't mean that every segment of the economy is contributing to this growth. That's not happening yet.
Okay, Mr. Ramnath, we'll let you go on that note. Thanks for joining us and all the best for the quarters to come. That's the word coming in from ITD Cementation. Very good set of numbers coming in. And the company has said that in this calendar year, their revenues will grow by 15 to 20%.